Well then, should we get this stream started then? I think we should. Hello there everyone and welcome to TRRL round 4 here in Austria. We're just about to head into qualifying as soon as the session officially starts. And we're going to see who can fight out for pole position today. Alright, here we are. Anyone in the chat, just let me know if you can hear me. Just drop a little hello. How are you? I don't know, Lewis, you're a massive stud and very handsome. Anything like that. Apologies. So we're going to have to wait and see who the first car out on track is. I'm going to make a prediction. It will be Mr. GFX lad. Just as a guess. Yes, but alright. Hello Mr. GFX lad, speak of the devil. So can't see any engines being fired up yet. So as we wait for this session to get underway, I would just like to point out, as we do get a car out now, is that Vano? No, it is. But this league is sponsored by Sim Racer Coin. They are a Bitcoin company that are looking to try bring sim racing, well, into Bitcoin. Really, it kind of says in the name. At the end of the season, the drivers that finish first, second and third will win a cash prize of a select amount of Sim Racer Coin. They are the main and I believe only sponsors of this league, and they are very, very generous. So thank you very much to Sim Racer Coin for sponsoring this league. We have representatives of them in our Discord chat. I believe one of them is called Christian Watcott or Whitcott, something like that. So any questions or inquiries, ask Rufafa, Jesper or him. So it's a very short lap around Austria. I'm expecting some laps around probably the maximum of a 1:05. But expecting some very, very quick times today. As Vano slings himself around that last corner. As he will be the first one to set a lap as long as he doesn't invalidate. How well can he take turn 1 as he goes for a spin? Is he going to hit the wall? He just keeps out of it. So, not Jesper, sorry, Vano just getting a little bit too eager there now. But we're now going to go on board with Saki, who's on the medium tyres, and Vano's actually been disqualified for trying to turn the car around, so very unfortunate for him. But he should have the pace in the race to make up a few positions. But we're on board now with Aki, who is setting his time on the medium tyres. From the practice I've done, I am really not we're not a fan of the medium tyres. In the race, I can tell you, pardon me, probably be trying to do a one-stop, maybe softs to hards. The hards felt quite good round here. For 45.2 through the second sector. She's got 2 more corners left. Okay, apologies guys, I'm just going to have to go mute for a little bit. I'll try keep flicking around the drivers that are on laps and etc, but if you will just excuse me for a few minutes. So apologies everyone. Now we're just having to restart this lobby. There seems to be a person in here that there isn't meant to be. So I will just have to go off and make the new lobby. Wrong thing. Alright. So you'll all just have to bear with me whilst we get this going again. I will just have to find out what the weather was. I believe weather was probably all good. Alright, so realistic, dynamic, that was try, that was about 50, stuffing reduced, bow 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 bow. Yep, yes, I think I did that. Alright, so yeah, apologies for all of this guys, Obviously, this wasn't meant to happen, but there are just some unwanted people here. And you won't be able to see anything because I'm just sending invites to all the people that really need one. There's 12. Some people will probably be appearing offline. You. Not you. Not you. Apologies for that. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for everyone to get in. But how your day's been about the race, if you are racing, and things like that. Obviously, nobody really wants a restart, but sometimes it's just a bit unavoidable. Alright, I just have to see how many people were in when we started earlier. 15? Alright, okay, so about 16. So, in case anybody hasn't noticed, it is just me on the commentary today, because Appledorn, my fellow Dutch partner in crime, I believe he had COVID or was just very ill. Unfortunately, couldn't do comms today. However, he is available to race, which is always good. Okay, there are 2 people I can get. Unknown and Gra. Oh, God's sake, right. No, well, some people haven't got the message that we're restarting. And last person. Right, yeah, so this is an even bigger delay than we had planned. But yeah, there's just very unfortunate for us, not much we could really do. And the matter or the issue we had did have to be resolved, so oh my god, right, I'm gonna have to invite this guy again. This is taking much longer than it was expected. It wasn't expected to, but yeah, just very unfortunate. Way, right now he's in. Alright, so we are back now. After that whole fiasco, there's a Ferrari of, I believe, Vano that was spun just there on the right, but what is the banker lap time going to be? It's a 1:04.7 for the Alpine driver of Leuban. Right, now, can his teammate Urban Electrical beat that? If he cannot, he sets 1 minute 5.4. Right, now it will not be Hutty, right, because he hasn't validated. Can Aki set a nice time on the medium tyres? He's got a lot of pace in that McLaren. A 1:04.9 will put him into second place. He's on a road right now on his outlap. Will stay on board with DPR Nilla. A 44.9 through right through sector 2. How nice is his turning? A bit of understeer going through turn 9, but does pretty nicely through the final corner, and that's going to put him first with a 1:04.6, just slightly ahead of the Alpine of Leuban, who I believe got pole position last time out. Right, so who is on the next hot lap? We're going to stay on board with Hutty, making his debut here today in Division 2 and just in the raft in general, as he makes just a little bit of a mistake and gets a wash of understeer through the final 2 corners. Now, he will finish his lap time, but it will put him in last place with a 1:05.4. Same with Urban Electrical though, which is not that bad. Rano now is going to make finish rate. No, I think he validated that one as well. Zonneveld, what was he going to go? Zonneveld has actually crashed. No, through the final corner, must have just got a wash of oversteer at the final corner, and the man who is just reserving for today is out. Huge shock. But we're going to stay on board now with Spillage, as hopefully Zonneveld can have some good race pace now, and looks like Spillage got some oversteer now around there as well. He sets a 1:04.8 in his Ferrari, who are currently top of the constructors' standings. Where can Unknown Magician go? A 1:07.6. That is definitely not a representative now lap time, but I quite like his helmet actually. Yeah, nice helmet design there. I like that. Brian has invalidated now on his lap time. We'll send with Jesper, who is on the medium tyres, which, as I said earlier, I would not recommend, but each to their own. I know the Refaffer would agree with me when I said they are not amazing round here, as me and him found out in practice earlier today. Oh, I think he got a bit of oversteer. Quite hard to tell with that camera angle now, but smashes Miller's time on the mediums, the 1 minute 4.3. Very, very well done there to now to Jesper, who isn't a proper driver. He is here to fill up the numbers. He also races for the team lowest in the rankings or the standings. Just to make it a little bit fair, really. Because let's be honest, if he just took over the best team, the team that was first, wouldn't really be fair, would it? So well done to him. Is Ryan finishing lap? No, he's invalidated now. So we'll stumble with Vano, who is yet to set a time. Where is he gonna go up and be? I don't think that's a representative lap time either. Maybe it is. You know, qualifying can be extremely hard round Austria, but at 1 minute 6.1, he will definitely be looking to improve on that one. We will stay on board with Brian, who is from the land of Holland. I know that. I can't really speak any. Was it Dutch? I can't speak any Dutch, but hello. I don't really know what to say, but he goes round through into sector 2. A little bit of understeer through what I believe is turn 5. The corners around here are very weird, guys. Apologies now. But on the soft tyres, he's going to throw it in round turn 9 as much as he dares. And now through turn 10, stays well away from the track limits. Now, and P4 for the Alpha Tauri driver of a 1 minute 4.7, not that far off of Le Uban in third as well. So it's not really that far off DPR Nilla. But a little bit off of Jesper. So Matty Jones now, who is this is his second race. Him and Hutty got trialled at the exact same time. He now throws it through turn 9, and turn 10 stays well away from any track limit violations, and sets a 105.2. So not a bad lap time. For Le Uban now, it's going to come across the line. Did he improve? It said he improved in the top right, but he stayed third. I don't think he's improved there, but there's definitely pace for him too. Maybe he was on his out lap. I'm not really sure. Apologies. But yeah, I would be very shocked if it was not Jesper to get pole position here. He was the Div 2 champion last season, and now he's off on soft. He is going to sell that for time on soft, just to embarrass everyone a little bit more. I suggested this last time out. I will suggest it again. Jesper should box for intermediates with 3 laps to go. Once he's lapped the whole field 3 times, and we'll get to see how close he can get now to catching everybody up. But he was just letting Hutty go then, we will stay on board with. Well, actually no, he's 50 seconds through the lap, but isn't through sector 2 yet, so must have just had a little spin. Very unfortunate for the clown driver. Urban Electrical is probably on his lap though, because this seems a little bit more legitimate. A little bit slow through that corner, and he is actually 7/10 down. So we're on board with Matty James. He's got a little bit of traffic of Vano. Will he get out the way? Vano is now on his out lap. Doesn't look like he's going to get out the way, but he has sped up, so I guess not doing too much. But Matty Jones does actually decide he would like to bail into the pit lane now for that one. TRRL Grau slightly down on his time, but still a chance he can improve through the final 2 corners and just take tries to cut the final corner a little bit too much there, so very unlucky for him, and that would get lappies on the lap after that invalidated for him. So yeah, so very unfortunate for him. Now Hutty got a huge wash of understeer, so I think he's now not going to be up on his time. A little bit of understeer through turn 9. Pretty nice line through turn 10 though. Does he improve? He does actually, very heavily, and goes 5th with a 1:04.8. Obviously Guara now has invalidated, and so has Vano, as well as Asage, but Super Calgon, I believe, will be on a lap in his Mercedes. We can actually just check the standings whilst we are whilst we're waiting for everyone. We're reaching that little bit of the qualifying session where everyone's done their laps, or at least their first one, and Jester's actually retired, so feeling confident enough to that lap he set is good enough for pole position. Right, so we'll go through constructors first, as we still carry on watching Super Calgon through his lap, as he takes now a lot of curb. So Ferrari are leading the way in first place, and their driver also leading the Drivers' Championship as well now, but we'll get back to them in a minute. They have 93 points. Alpine are second with 66. Third is Haas with 52. Then Williams slightly behind with 51, as well as Red Bull, who are now also on 51 points. McLaren have a little bit of a gap in 6th place with 38. Aston Martin are in a tight battle with them, who are in 7th on 36. Alfa Romeo now have 25. Mercedes have 20, and AlphaTauri are now unfortunately on 4. So for the Drivers' Championship, Spillage is on 57 points in first place. Borwell is second with 48. I'll go down to 12, not through these, because that's a lot of people to get through. Aki third with 38. Vano in 4th on 36. Urban Electrical and La Uban are 5th and 6th with 34 and 32 points. Jesper, who is not technically a licensed driver, but he would be 7th on 27 points. Unknown Magician 26. Super Calgon, who has actually just had time to go 2nd. Apologies, I've been rambling on through these, but he's 9th with 20. The Hasses are 10th with 11, and Gra is in 12th. No, alright, so whilst I was chatting away, we just watched a very great time from Super Calgon in his Mercedes that put him up into 2nd. And now, Saki looks like he is on a hot lap. So we're going to stay on board with him, because Super Calgon was not on a hot lap. He had just finished his 2. He set consecutive now lap times. About 3/10 up for Aki, so now there's now a chance that he could snatch this pole position away from Jesper, now who did set his time on the mediums. He cuts the last corner very nicely, runs up to the line, and it is provisional pole position for Aki in the McLaren. So a very, very nice time from him, and that will be very competitive if he can keep up those sort of lap times in the race. Yeah, I'm gonna guess Matty Jones is not on a hot lap now with that. Just saying hello to Aki there, it seems. No. Also just letting Hutty, who's now on his out lap, go. Who's that coming across the line? That is Asage, who will not improve on his lap time, unfortunately. Who's this? This is Unknown Magician. Now, who is finishing his outlap? Electricals down, get into the pit lane. Let's stumble with Borwell through this final section, who seems to have a very nice line through the final two corners. And now he's going to bolt it up to the line. Where's he going to go? P4 with a 1 minute 4.6, just slightly ahead of DPR Nilla in the Haas car. So very, very nice lap from him. That is now Footy, who is just finishing his outlap. Matty Jones still not on his outlap. Just a little bit of a guess from me there. Is Asage setting another lap time? We'll stand by with him in case he is. He has got the red fuel symbol though, so not sure if he's run out of fuel. No, he hasn't, because he decided to carry on. But does invalidate now through that last corner. What he would have improved by about 500, which I think would have just put him ahead of Vano in the Ferrari. Unknown Magician slightly improves, but does not improve his position on track. Who's that? That was now Brian coming across the who's coming across the line on his outlap. So now when the driver wants to come out the pit lane start of lap, there will be no more time. So the drivers that you're seeing out there right now will be the drivers to set the final qualifying times for you. We're going to stay on board with Brian since well, I feel like it. You're not the boss of me. It seems like we've got a few Vano fans in the chat. Oh, but he's gone for a little bit of a spin through sector 2 and just about keeps out the wall. So very, very lucky for him. Now we're going to go on board with Hutty, who I think will be the next one to come across the track, as Brian has now retired. Not sure if that's a crash. Now, but that won't concern us right now. Let's hope it doesn't get in the way of anything Hutty's trying to do here now. About 600 up, so a little bit more improvement. He can push himself maybe up onto the third row. No. A little bit of a worse line than what he did last time, and unfortunately invalidates through the last corner. So very unfortunate for him, and Nilla's also gone flying. Absolutely flying now through the last section, and he was the only man that could set one more lap time. But since no one else is on a lap time, that will be it for qualifying. So it is the McLaren of Aki that will be on pole position in Austria. PWR Jesper will be in second. Super Calgon, who has put in a very nice time for himself, third. Borwell in fourth. Nilla, who we are now just waiting to go into pits, fifth. Lauban, who I think got a podium last race, I could be wrong though, in sixth. Brian in seventh. Hutty eighth. Spillage ninth. Actually not a great showing for the Ferraris, who are currently leading the constructors. They'll be open to make up some positions in the race. Now, Matty Jones in 10th, Unknown Magician in 11th, who shares the 6th row, I believe that is now, with Vano. For Asage and Electrical, also showing a row. Then Gra, and then Zonveld, who unfortunately didn't get to set a lap. Now there we are, so just some confirmation. Only slightly beating Jesper's time there though. Now about 600 on the medium, so I think it's pretty clear to tell who is going to have some good race pace, and just pace in general throughout this throughout this session. So just about a minute or two delay now for until we can get going. As we just have to wait for drivers to edit their setups now and then ready up. There was also no formation lap, so now as soon as that timer hits 0 seconds, now we will be getting underway and we'll be waiting for those 5 red lights to go out. Nice to see about half the fans all clapping at the exact same time. Ready, watch. There are a few. There they all are, all clapping at the same time. Synchronised now. Clapping it seems. All right now, but we are going to go to 5 red lights here in Austria. Lights out and away we go. It looks like a pretty nice start from the leader of Aki's got a nice jump already. It's 3 wide behind him between Borbell, Super Calgon and Jesper. It looks like Super Calgon's now is going to have to take the escape road through turn 1. It's been a nice start. Borbell has managed to get the jump on Jesper, but Jesper now is going to come back at him. He's going to dive it down the inside. Super Calgon nearly making contact from behind, and there's 2 cars come round. It seems like it's a Haas now and an Alpine. I believe Matty Jones went for an optimistic move and has just caught up with Urban Electrical now. Jesper's going to try and make a move back onto Borbell. Can he get the traction to go down the inside now round the outside? It is not looking like that will happen. Anything going on down the field? It looks like Vano's has got a time penalty for cutting the corner and gaining one position. Although he is last, it's not very sure what logic is there. Zonveld has already gained 5 positions now, and he's going to go down the inside of the Alpine of Leuban. Is Leuban going to try hold it around the outside now? They make a little bit of contact, and Zonveld manages to barge his way up now into 10th place. A bit of swapping throughout from Nilla and Super Calgon, and as Nilla is just about going to get that position now, is Super Calgon going to try and make a move back now on the Haas car? I think he's going to go try get down the inside. Now, can he make that move stick? He tries to force him just a little bit wide. There's your predicted pit stop strategy now, as Nilla is weaving all around the place. He's burning his ERS now. Can he stay side by side? Is he going to try to get the switch back? He's not, and Super Calgon now is going to move over onto his line and take that 4th place back. It was just a bit of an unfortunate start for Super Calgon, who did have to take the runoff now. But Aki has now got a very nice lead. He's going to have to hope Orwell can hold up Jasper for a little bit so he can make a bit of an air gap and get this race to go his way. Got some close battling now through from the midfield now, right as DRS does get enabled. Who took that fastest lap then now? It seems like it's Aki with 1:07.0 now. Super Calgon went a little bit wide once again now. He will have to get that sorted as there is quite a bit of time to lose. All drivers braking pretty late now. Spillage has gained quite a few positions as well, so I said that Ferrari would have to make up some places in the race, and it certainly has done now. Apologies for that. It's been a very, very long day. So we're now currently on off board with Jesper, who will now be looking to make that move on Borbell and then go and close that gap on the lead of Aki now, who was still. What's up, Super Calgon? Super Calgon and Nilla now have had a crash. And there's yellow flags through Sector 3. What on earth has happened now between the Mercedes and the Haas now? Has there been damage? I believe Super Calgon has got some. He cuts across the track. Now, you're not allowed to do that, mate. No. You're supposed to stay to the right. As they're now both going to come into the pit, so at least Matty Jones will now have some company. Jesper's going to drive it down the inside. Now, will he make the move stick? Which one of them's got the DRS? Whoever's got it now will probably come out on top. Seems like it is Jesper, who's probably now going to go down the inside as they go out round turn 4. Can Borwell now hold it in? He's put up a great battle, but Jesper is going to put himself up into second place. So some very great battling from those two drivers. Borwell is going to try and stay on the back of him though. Cutting that corner a little bit more now though than Jesper, so maybe a warning for that. The DRS and ERS both being burnt by Borwell, I would guess. There's definitely DRS, he was within a second now, and seems like he had a better exit through turn 1 now than Jesper as they go through the little king of turn 2, and now up into their braking zone now with turn 3. Is Borwell going to get very close to Jesper as they nearly make contact? Now, if the damage model was realistic, then that would have been a pretty big crash, like Verstappen and Vettel 2019 in Britain, something like that I would have guessed. We've got some close battling between Vano and Leuban. Vano was not going to go for the move now though, just deciding to hang behind now a little bit as he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties. We're yet to, actually I think he did get a track limit penalty. Sorry, very sorry. No, but Leuban now looking to make a move on Brian now through turn 9. This might end poorly now as Brian does back out of that one for his and Leuban's own well-being. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 now. Who is that? That's DPR Nilo. Him and Super Calgon had another coming together. Let's hope not. We want nice clean battling throughout today now. But Vano's now gone for a spin and has just gotten out of the way of electrical as now Matty Jones is out, and there's a safety car now out. Matty Jones must have just lost it on through the traction now of what I think is turn 7. Now will some drivers come into the pits? It looks like DPR Nilla will, possibly for more damage. We will have to stay on board and see. Yes, there is a new wing waiting for him. So the leader of Aki now is going to come into the pits. It seems very early, but Borwell is also going to, as is Spillage. This could be for the 2 stop now, so we will have to see wrong thing. What tyre drivers decide now to go on to. Aki has opted for those those what they call soft tyres, as well as Borwell. Borwell now has gone for the mediums. They will not make the whole race, so that is also for 2. So there's a lot of drivers in. So we will review who's got what on once they all catch up to the safety car. Oh, I am very, very tired, and will tell you what. No. But yeah, other than Vano's one, which I don't really think is like legit, we are yet to see a track limit penalty throughout other league races and, well, just races in general I've done around here. There's usually about 500 seconds collectively. So very well done to all the drivers. No, but we can now see who have made pit stops. So Aki seems to be the only person other than him and DPR Nilla to pit for the softs. The only people, everyone else has gone for mediums. That includes Borwell, Spillage, Putty, Unknown Magician, Urban Electrical, Brian Zoneveld, I don't know how you say his name now, apologies, DPR Nilla and Super Calgon now, who has just been overtaken. somehow by the hat. So that's weird, maybe having just a little bit of an issue of a moment. So that is now too bad. So we're now just waiting to see when the safety car will be in this lap, or when the safety car will be in. It might be in this lap. Oh Christ, I cannot get my words out today. Now I'll probably fall asleep halfway through my race after this one, which is unfortunately being delayed. So will not be in this lap as Supercar Gone now has only just joined in, so just a little bit too late from the Mercedes driver now. But right now it's looking like Aki is now in a great position to do quite well, because now he'll be very quick on those soft tyres. He should gain up to Jesper pretty quickly, since he only really has to get through Asage and just not get caught out now by the by Jesper. So in IRL testing, now it seems like Max Verstappen was quickest, as the safety car is in this lap now. That seems like quite an early call. No. Usually it tells you when you at least get through sector 2. No. But alright, so we're going to stay on board with Aki. We're also just going to get rid of the leaderboard thingy now, just until they get to about turn 3. Just so we can see a little bit more of the track. Now, Jesper's got to make sure he stays above pit limit speed, which is 50 miles an hour, or around, what's that, like 80 kilometers per hour? Not very sure, I don't use kph. But Jesper seems to be speeding up a little bit now. Doesn't go yet. Aki trying to predict it, as well as Asage. A little bit of a brake check there, so legal though now. And now Jesper's gone. Jesper has punched it now through the final corner. TRRL does get a 3-second penalty for what will be now track limits. Asage is going to try and have a go at Jesper, who is forced to take the run off now. We'll bring up the little leaderboard now. Is Aki going to dive it on Asage? He sure is. Is Asage going to back out? No, he is going to fight it. And he's going to hold his position very, very well. Nicely done, Asage. It seems like the two Ferraris are having a little bit of a scrap. Vano recedes the position. I think that makes grammatical sense to his teammate. TRRL and Supercar have gone now. Oh, mate. Supercar, I believe, tags Zonvo now just a little bit, as RRL Gra, I believe, having some sort of issue now, as he has dropped down a few positions. Now, Aki has made his way ahead of TRRL Asage. Now, and there is a yellow flag, and who's that? That is Hutty. That's Aki's teammate now. Hang on. No, there we are. So Hutty just having a bit of a spin through that corner Now, as well as Unfeld, and that seems like a huge crash now. And is that Vano? Now, Vano has crashed through the final corner. Now, you see a stricken car there. Now that is a virtual safety car. What the hell happened through there then? I believe now Vano may be making contact with someone. Luckily not a full course safety car, so we can keep this race somewhat flowing. But very unfortunate for Ferrari, because that will now allow drivers of Le Uban and Urban Electrical to catch up to them through in the constructors' standings. So we're now just gonna have to wait and see when the when this safety car ends, this virtual safety car. Oh, look how close Aki's wanting to get through to now to the Alfa Romeo of Jesper. Oh, they all go pretty wide through there. I'm guessing it should be ending pretty soon, as now they're all going pretty quick. And I guess right now DRS has been enabled. Luckily Aki is within a second, so he is going to get now the DRS. Shifting up now quite late, we can see him revving out his engine, revving out his gearbox, as he now only has a 5/10 deficit to the Alfa Romeo, now 3/10. Is he going to go for a move through the third straight? He is now. He's going to go dive it down the inside. Fair racing between them now, no contact. As they now coming around now to turn 5. Jesper shoves him out very fairly nicely. Some great battling from the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. As he goes a little bit wide there, may have got a warning. Asage picks up a 3-second time penalty now. Aki's just got to try to stay with him through the right-hander, as I now believe Jesper having a little bit of a moment. That might just be my rubbish internet now though. He's not going to go for a move on this straight. Might fake a move. He'll just has to focus on the entry and exit of turn 1. It's a very nice exit. Now, and with VRS, DRS and the slipstream, he's gonna blow past Jesper and now up into first place. Now, Jesper might have response for him now though, but Aki has just pulled a very nice little air gap between him and Aki. I believe somebody now might have had a little spin. Possibly Urban Electrical, Unknown Magician. Not too sure now though. Now, as we see the Williams and Alpine swap positions, Le Uban now has not pitted off of those soft tyres. So definitely struggling right now. I would personally pit for the hard tyres, because as I've said, I think it's quite 200 times before, hard tyres are pretty nice. I'm really hoping I do not jinx myself for the race later, but that's my personal experience. As Asage right now comes into the pits off of those mediums, is that for damage? No damage. He is going to go for the 2-stop, as that is a set of mediums he has put on. So a lot of contrasting strategies around the Styrian Alps today. But we're going to stay on board now with Le Uban and Borwell. I think Le Uban's just a bit too far back now to think about any sort of move. Super Calgon and now RRL Gra going side by side. Super Calgon is going to try to get the switch back on him, as I believe Asage might have just had a little bit of a moment, or Hutty, now one or the other. Gra is nearly going to get switched back again, but he does fend off Super Calgon for that position now, but he's already used up all his ERS that he can use for this lap, so he may be a little bit susceptible now. But Super Calgon is going to come into the pits now, staying on the right, trying to get out of everybody's way, and seems like he did so very, very well. So great job to him there. It's a lot harder than it looks now, I will tell you that. Now, but are there going to be any moves on any of the drivers? Might be see a move from Nilla, who has one of the closest gaps. No, we're going to see a move from Gra, who's going to try dive it down the inside. And this mistake, Urban Electrical now is going to counter upon, and he is going to keep that position. Nilla is also going to try it, as well as Brian now. And Gra has gone from what I believe was 7th, now all the way down to 9th. Oh, but there's a bit of contact between Urban Electrical now and Nilla gets spun round. Urban Electrical spins round, and Gra is now out. And now and now full course safety car, as that's the second time DPR for Nilla now has been spun into or crashed into, and I believe Gra has just been picked up in that incident. I'm sure that will now definitely get reported, as we see Uban now making a very, very smart choice to come into the pits for medium tyres. That will probably be to the end now. No serve mediums for Brian. Anyone else now boxing? Unknown Magician for softs. Hutty now for the mediums. DPR Nilla has actually DNF'd. I think that was in the pit lane, so just a very unfortunate day now for him. So this is the second safety car now of the race, and a lot of drivers will have quite a bit of fuel right now. Now for Aki now is also going to come to pits. That should be for medium tyres, I would guess. I'm correct now. Also Jesper coming into the pit. This is a little bit of an awkward stop now for Jesper. He's going to go for a soft, so could that be a potential 2-stop for the Alfa Romeo now? Or is he going to try and pull the soft to do now what will be about 16 laps when the safety car comes in? So these two may be the drivers that are leading. But on track we've got the Ferrari of Spillage to lead this race. With Borwell and Urban Electrical in second and third. I was saying this a little bit earlier, but in real life now, F1 Max Verstappen topping the final day or final session of testing. Now, obviously, this is the last thing of testing we get before now we start actually racing and get how do you even word this? Go for round 1. So that crash earlier now, I believe. Now, I'm not really sure who was from, but I know that Gra, I believe, just did get picked up in that incident between him and Nilla. So I believe he might have hit Nilla. So obviously nothing that the test driver could do there now. But all the drivers have now caught up. Let's see who has gained or lost the most. Position change. So Urban Electrical now the biggest, him and Zonnevel, the biggest winners out of this, both gaining 11 positions. Now I don't think them two are yet to make their second stop yet though. Spillage sat in first, so to gain 8 places now, and the Super Calgon has been the most unluckiest today, losing 7 places now. So let's hope he can gain those positions back, because he had a very good qualifying session. I think he kind of shocked everyone, and he's just got to prove he can do it now in the race. But The safety car will now be in this lap. We're gonna go on board with Aki yet again. Now, I usually like to go on board with the man in third now, but obviously Aki is the person who is technically leading the race, as the 3 cars ahead now have yet to pit. He will also be very thankful that the Red Bull now of Zonveld is in between him and the Alfa Romeo of Jesper, who he is racing for this win. But when does Spillage go? I think Spillage has now punched it now pretty early. That's before the final corner, and it seems like he has caught Borwell napping just a little bit, and definitely caught Urban Electrical napping, and as there's now about a 1.5 second gap between him and first place. Aki now is going to try and gain a lot of time now with the ERS on the man in third place. He's going to go pull off to the inside now. Urban Electrical is going to brake much later now, but he's going to outbrake himself. He's forced to take the little run off now, but will eventually keep that place. Now maybe might have got a warning for it though. Round 2 though, between the Alpine and the McLaren. Saki's going to try to go wide. It seems like Urban went very wide, and Urban Electrical is going to let him off and have that third place there. Now it's Jesper behind him. Aki now just has to put cars in between him and Jesper, as Jesper is on those what will now be very quick tyres. You see the amount of time he has gained on Borwell. Can Jesper make anything on Urban Electrical? Doesn't look like it, but Aki can make something now on the Williams of Borwell and gets that move done very early, and now he's got a lot of time to go and try catch up to the man in first place, which is Spillage. Now, a very audacious move from Brian as he tries to go round the outside now. Seems like Urban Electrical and Jesper are battling now. Has Urban Electrical outbroken himself just a little bit now, and he leaves room for cars to get past him like Acage. Just very unfortunate, just trying to fight that one now a little bit too hard was the Alpine driver, and maybe getting a warning now for that as well. Acage will be saying thank you very much now though, as he moves himself up into 5th. Jesper also making quick easy pickings, we'll go with that now, easy pickings of Borwell now in the Williams. Now Aki has got the DRS of Ferrari of Spillage. Jesper has not got the DRS of McLaren. Uban picks up a 3-second time penalty. Now I believe Uban now has actually gone for a spin. On lap 21 of 36 with 15 laps to go, we have now got a spinning Alpine, as it looks like there's some great battling now in the midfield, from 6th all the way down to about 11th now. Actually, Super Calgon is going to make that move now very easily on Zonveld, and thought about a little move on the Alpine, as Urban Electrical now outbreaks himself once again and loses about 3 positions now. He's also going to try and defend the place on Unknown Magician. Urban Electrical, can he hold it now? There's a little bit of contact as Unknown Magician is forced wide, and now Hutty is going to try and capitalise on this situation. He's round the outside now on turn 9. He waits a little bit later now, but Unknown Magician has got the better line now to keep himself ahead in that position. Zonveld might get a move done on him from Brian, as Acage makes a nice move on Borwell up ahead. Aki also making a move on Spillage. We can now go up on board onto that now. Spillage, a little bit of a dodgy line now through there, and that could allow him, that can make him susceptible from Jesper. He's very low in the ERS now. Is Jesper going to think about a dive bomb? He is. This could be an awesome move from Jesper, and I'll tell you what, that is a very nice lunge from Jesper now. We do not condone dive bombing, but a lunge like that is definitely very legal now, and well done to Spillage for leaving the space. but Aki will not be a fan of that now. Fan of that move. And Zonvo goes for a spin. Now, great reactions from Brian to avoid that one. But it seems like now Urban Electrical in the Alpine now has not managed to avoid that. Zonveld has quickly got away and now going again. And it seems like Asich now has also gone for a spin. Now, it's a spin drivers everywhere. He's got to get moving, unless now there will probably be another safety car. Just not wanting to get in people's way. So great sportsmanship now from that AlphaTauri driver. Well, Spillage and I believe Borwell now coming to the pits for another set of mediums now. Asich is now going once again. The Uban has now managed. Oh no, he hasn't now, my bad. I thought the Uban had made a move on Zonveld, but well, he hadn't. So we'll go on now with Spillage and Unknown Magician. This is the closest battle on track. And I believe this is going to be an easy move from the Ferrari now of Spillage. Yeah, before the braking zone. Now manages to get ahead of that Aston Martin driver now. And with Banner out the race, every position counts for Spillage, who now obviously is the World Drivers' Championship leader, and his team is the the World Championship Constructors. Hang on. You know what I mean. Alright, shush now. As Aki has had a spin. Now the leader's gone for a little bit of a spin at turn 1 now and is losing his left front wing end plate now. Oh, it's tragedy from now the man in the McLaren. Now, and Super Calgon says thank you very much, waves a hand, says thank you. Now, and gets ahead. Leuban now also going for a little spin up as well, I think. So just very unfortunate for him. No, so just for now, this has played easily into his hands now, as he is, I believe, Asich just retiring now down there. Now Aki's just trying to clamber his way now back into the pit lane. If we can see, still missing that front wing end plate. And now we see him coming into pits. Now I would guess that would be for the soft tyres. Yeah, we can see soft tyres getting prepared there. Now Hutty getting ahead of Brian. Now there's a slow AlphaTauri there, unless that's Asich, but I thought Asich had retired in the pits. But yeah, apparently not. So now we're currently watching Hutty, who is now trying to make this gap closer and shorter on the AlphaTauri ahead. On his debut, pretty good performance so far from Hutty now. Sure, he's got more time penalties, but if he can make this move stick on track, he will now be up into 3rd place. It goes pretty wide through turn 1 now though, but he's got a lot of VRS to play with. Spillage and Zonveld now swapping positions, but the Red Bull has gone into the pits. Now Hutty's going to go down the inside on the AlphaTauri. Now it's a pretty nice switchback from him, and it seems like he's got traction and the DRS. Is he gonna? Oh no! It seems like Brian now just lightly squeezing out Hutty and just putting now a wheel into the gravel. It's like Perez and Leclerc. Luckily Hutty now hasn't lost an ultimate time and is still carrying on. Now Spillage gets his first time penalty for the evening. Now Brian goes a little bit wide. And getting a little bit of oversteer, although I think that's just a river glitch that seems like Hutty actually backing off there, but I think I've got a little bit of a glitch where it looks like drives to the back end stepping out. That one was legit though, and now through turn 1, Hutty is going to get some great power, and now, I messed up my words again. He's going to power past Brian 87. Can Brian now though uses ERS and DRS, like a poem, isn't it now, to get back past him? Doesn't use any ERS now, so looks like he's taken that one on the chin. Aki now just trying to make the best of a bad situation and zooms past Zonveld now in that Red Bull. Brian now still managing to keep up with Hutty. He is still within second now, so he will get DRS as long as nothing happens through this right-hander and he can get through the DRS zone, which is very thankful. DRS on the main straight now, and also probably the shortest straight, which fellow obviously least now amount of moves now, as Jasper now has also gone for a spin. So this race has now been completely flipped on its head now, as the two drivers that were dominating have now had absolute blunders now, as Jasper's now trying to fight off Brian, but this has played even better into Super Calgon's hands, as he is now leading this race. So, great job now by the Mercedes driver, having his mix-ups and issues now on lap 1 with Nilla, I believe it was. It's now come right up to leading this race. So yeah, very well done to him now. And Jasper's actually got wing damage now. So are we going to see him and Aki now battling on track once again? I think Aki's just going to be a bit too far ahead now for him though. Now where is he going to come out? He's going to come out now behind Zonveld. However, I guess for a little bit of a silver lining now, he can absolutely smash, absolutely 2 foot. Now, like a bad tackle in football, he can 2 foot this fastest lap now. As we'll just have a look at what it is. It's a 105.7 now. He set 106.4 as his fastest. Now, I would guess he'd set a very quick, nice lap time, but never know. Now might have his issues, as Brian now is still putting up this fight with Hutty, now who's now doing even better on his debut, and he's currently sat in second now, but with time penalties will be third. Now, is he going to go for a lunge now down the inside? He doesn't. He's going to try around the outside now. If that move had been made now, that would have probably been better than Jasper's one at turn 4. Now is Leuban going to try and make a return move now on Borwell? He's way too far back. Seems like Ryan right now has realised that you know, he's got the time penalties on Hutty right now. He can just chill out a little bit and now just stay within 3 seconds, preferably stay within the DRS, and take this second place now, right? Because Super Calgon are absolutely flying now up there in first place. But I say flying now. There is still a chance that Hutty O'Brien could go and make a return move now on him, but never know. Yeah, no, you can see Brian not using any of his ERS, forcing Hutty into errors, etc, etc. Aki now going to go round the outside of Lauban, and before the braking zone makes that move up now into 6th place. Now, I believe he should probably be able to get that move done now on Borwell, and then that'll probably be it, unless he can in about 3 laps now, which will be the amount of time it takes to reach Borwell. That'll be it. But seems like electrical now has had a little bit of a moment, as I've nearly dropped my phone then. Now Spillage now is actually coming into the pits. Has he got some sort of damage? No, he has. So with 4 laps to go, the Ferrari of Spillage is now coming to the pits. So Saki can now be on for an even better result of 4th place. Penalties of Hutty, who has actually now lost the position to Brian, who was thought better of just sticking behind him. Maybe got a little bit bored now or impatient. But no, currently right now, not many close battles now. I'm expecting, Jasper pulls away quickly now from the U-Bahn now, who put up a good fight, but Jasper is just rapid now, isn't he? Now, Unknown Magician gets a 3-second time penalty, which now brings him up to 6. Right now, but since there aren't now an awful ton of... Actually, no, there is. We've got Zonveld on the back of Le U-Bahn. No, not close enough to make a move through there. But now he should be able to make a move now, even without ERS. Now, doesn't look like Le U-Bahn now is using ERS either. Goes a bit deep now, like a bit like whatever Electrical was doing now, and Le U-Bahn will happily take that P7 back with penalties though, still P8, but no, there's always a chance that that Zonnevel now could spin. As we'll look at the position changes now one more time, right? Now Zonveld has gained the most with 8 places. He's gone now from the back up into P8, so very nice result from him. Currently P7 as well now, I believe. Now, as Jasper and Aki are both battling, this is the battle we could have seen now, up in 1st place now, but we should nickname them both the Bottle Jobs, as they both spun now and gave them damage. However, that has led to a different winner though now, hasn't it? But Jasper now does make that move, but he has actually got 3 seconds worth of penalties. So as long as Aki can stay within 3 seconds, he will be able to keep that 5th place. Well, it seems like Zonveld now has also got ahead of Le U-Bahn now, and now once again we'll stay on board with now Aki and Jasper as they fling it through now the 2 right-handers of turn 9 now and 10. Now is Aki just going to sit now back behind him, or is he going to go off and make that move? Looks like he is just going to stick behind him now for a little bit. Doesn't really have the ERS now to fight it as well, because the ERS now round here is absolutely OP. Absolutely overpowered. Yeah, so just going to sit climb for a little bit now, as we were just on the penultimate lap, but now the leader of Super Calgon has now just gone round the checkered flag to start the final lap of this race now. It doesn't really matter what these two do now anymore. Aki will be holding that 5th place now, so we will stay on board with Super Calgon as he has about 40 seconds left to finish his lap. Now, personally, now he has been my driver of the day. He has done absolutely excellent. Now, sure he's only gained 2 positions now, but dropped right down to the back of the grid from that first safety car for now, and has absolutely bossed it since then, making some great, very nice overtakes and smashing his opposition by 6 seconds now on track. 9 seconds if you count the penalties. Now, as long as he doesn't make another 3 here, I'm sure he'll be going extra slow though now. He's going to come across the final corner now. It will be Super Calgon to take the checkered flag and win the round 4, the Austrian race, which is round 4. And it has been a mega drive now for the Mercedes driver. Very, very well done to him now. Jesper's trying to parade ball around now at the flag, but can't make a move. And as I said earlier, Aki is going to finish in 5th now. It's not the result you would have wanted, but it's points over Jesper and over Spillage now. Championship leader finishes down in 8th. However, not many points gained by Alpine constructors, as only Lauban now beats him. Urban Electrical now will still get points, but definitely not the amount of points Alpine needed. But that is the race now done. 5 retirements after the 16 that started. And driver of the day by the game now is given to Zonveld, which was probably my number 2 now in driver of the day, but that man up there now on the top step of the podium is my driver of the day. But that has been it for round 4 now here in the Steven Alps now of Austria. And this has been a very exciting race that I have just watched, and you guys will watch with me, and I greatly thank you for staying on board with it through that little mess up we had at the start. But feel free to come over and watch the Division 1 race, who are all probably waiting on me now, so I'll have to get going. But that has been it from me, your commentator Lewis the Beaker now, and I will hopefully me and Appledon will see you next week in I don't know what next track is, but we'll see you next week, won't we? Goodbye.